Hi reader friends, it's Vanessa from the Cozy Chapter, and today I want to share with you 10 brand new romances still left to come out this year. We've got some good ones. We've got all the tropes and some big authors. So come along with us. Before I start, I want to let you know that there will be chapters down below, so go ahead and skip around if you want to, and links for everything as well. At the end of October, we have The Defender coming out by Anna Huang. And Anna Huang is the author of the Twisted series and the Kings of Sin series. This is the second book in her Gods of the Game series, and they're interconnected standalones. And this is a sports romance, and it's about a European football team where Vincent is the captain of this team, and he has to share a flat with his coach's daughter, Brooklyn. And Brooklyn also happens to be his best friend's sister. So we have a brother's best friend romance with forced proximity. Next, we have An Academic Affair by Jodi McAllister. And this one is looking like it's gonna get picked up by Book of the Month. This is a story about Sadie and Jonah, who are academic rivals, and they are both literature professors. A job opportunity comes up, and for whatever reason, it's more advantageous for them to be married in order to get this position. So they strike up a fake dating plot in order to get this job. This one is super exciting to me because I love the literature professor aspect. Next, we have And Then There Was You by Sophie Cousins. I think this one is also gonna get picked up by Book of the Month from the hints that I've seen so far. This is about Chloe and Rob, and Chloe is kind of down on herself, and she has her 10-year college reunion coming up, and she's just not at a good place in her life. So she needs to find a date for her college reunion. She finds a mysterious dating service, and she finds a perfect man named Rob. He's everything she ever dreamed of. But there is one catch about him, and I'm not gonna tell you what the catch is. I'm gonna let you look that up if you want. If you look it up online, you can see a little bit of what this is. I think that some people will wanna know this going into the story, but I'm guessing there's other people that won't wanna know about the twist or won't wanna know anything about this. So I'm gonna leave that up to you. If you wanna see it, go look it up. Next, we have The Marriage Narrative by Claire Kahn. This is about Zinnia and Jordan, and it's giving Kardashian meets 90 Day Fiancé. Jordan's family has been part of a very successful reality series about their lives, and Jordan hasn't been on the cast of it, and he is going to join the cast, but the producers want him to get married. He ends up taking a fake dating proposition from Zinnia. She's a very successful business person. She is taking this marriage on as more of a business deal. She had given herself 30 days to find a husband. Next, we have Second Chance Romance by Olivia Day. This is about Carl and Molly, who were high school friends. A little bit after high school, they almost got out of the friend zone, but some sort of misunderstanding happened, and they ended up not talking to each other for years. Molly moved to LA, she got married, and she became a monster romance narrator, and Carl stayed in their hometown and bought a bakery. We love a man with a bakery. We do, or I do. Molly reads an obituary that says that Carl has passed away. So she decides to go back home, and she finds that Carl is actually alive and the obituary was a mistake. And the two begin to reconnect. Next, we have The Bodyguard Affair by Amy Leah. And this is the author of the Influencer series, which I really enjoyed. My favorite book being X's and O's, which is about a book influencer. Need I say more? This is about Andy and Nolan. And Andy is the personal assistant to the Prime Minister's wife. But in her spare time, she writes romance novels under a secret pen name. One of her romance novels becomes really, really successful, and it's called The Prime Minister and Me. So people begin to think she's having an affair with the Prime Minister. So in order to take attention away from that, she decides to take up a fake relationship with the Prime Minister's bodyguard, Nolan. Next, we have The Mating Game by Lana Ferguson. And this takes place in the same Omegaverse as The Fake Mate. This is about Tess, who is a werewolf, but she doesn't know she's a werewolf yet. She's a late presenting one. She shows up in a Denver ER with flu-like symptoms, but it turns out she's just actually a werewolf. Tess is part of a TV series where she is a contractor and goes to fix up places. Then we have Hunter, who is an alpha wolf who is a failing lodge owner. And Tess is going to try to help him save his lodge. Seeing Other People by Emily Webberly and Austin Sigmund broke up. They are a married couple who rates romances. And this is a paranormal romance. There's so many of them this year. I don't know if I'm just paying closer attention to the paranormal romances or there's just more of them. We have a lot of romance authors who are taking on the paranormal romance genre. And I wonder if it has to do with Ali Hazelwood's success last year with Bride. Chime in on the comments down below if you think that there's been more paranormal romances lately and if you think it's because of Bride. Seeing Other People is about Zach and Morgan, and they both have lost someone. Zach lost his fiance, Morgan lost her ex, and she is being haunted by her ex, and Zach is starting to lose the connection with his wife's ghost. They decide to join a support group called Humans and Their Hunters, and at the support group, they are faced with kind of opposite problems. Morgan doesn't want to be haunted, and Zach's not ready to let go, and they connect there. Next, we have Love in Plain Sight by Lauren Connolly. And this is the author of the book P.S. I Hate You, which I read earlier this year and really enjoyed. And it was a brother's best friend trope. And this one is also a brother's best friend trope. In this story, Beth is trying to become a pilot. She goes on her first ride along with her brother's best friend, George. Things don't go well with the plane and they have to take an emergency landing. Somehow after this event, she is starting to crush on George, and George offers her discounted flight lessons. Naturally, she takes them. In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. And for some reason, this one surprised me. I didn't know Sarah Adams had another book coming out. And this is book 4 in her When in Rome series. And it's about Madison and James. Madison moved away from her small town in Rome, Kentucky to go to New York and try to have success in the culinary field. After years of living in New York, she decides to move home and take up a job offer as a head chef at a farm-to-table restaurant. That is so romance novel right there. She takes up this job offer and it turns out that her brother's best friend, James, is the owner of this farm-to-table restaurant. And he has been pining for her for years. But his very successful brother, Tommy, is determined to get her attention first. It sounds like a little bit of a love triangle here, which I will admit is not my favorite trope. However, since he's pining for her, it sounds like he's gonna be really sweet, which I love a sweet man in a romance book. Those are my 10 anticipated romances still left to come out in 2025. Let me know which one you're most interested in reading in the comments below. Bye guys. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of battery. I gotta look this one up because I don't know how to use these words. I'm having a hard time explaining this one. Are they married? I think they're married. Yes, they're married. What do they do? I don't know. I'm gonna stop moving. That's it, I guess. Okay, how's my hair? I can't say it.